Hey, sofrito lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you another mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you some Popeyes. Yes, I am bringing you Popeyes. Mira, Popeyes chicken, some sides. I've got a 3-piece tender big box meal for $6.99. Not sponsored, just cheap. Not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for real food. I wanted garbage. So aquí tenemos garbage. I got the big box meal, but instead of 3 pieces of chicken, I asked for 3 pieces of tender. I got one of those super dry biscuits that they have, the mashed potatoes, and the red beans and rice because I'm Puerto Rican. I got to eat rice and beans with every meal. Seriously, I could be like on life support and they're going to put IVs in me and I'm going to ask for the rice and bean flavored IV. That's just life. So let me start off with some smashed. Oh, forgot my little dipping, the little dipper that I got. The little dipping sauce is the Mardi Gras mustard. I think it's like the best dipper they have, to be honest with you. But like I said, I'm going to start with some mashed potatoes. Just in the mood for takeout food. So let's have some chicken, dip it in. Check this out. Sofrito lovers. Oh, so good. El pollo is hitting the spot. Loving that chicken from Popeyes on Kingsbridge Road. You guys hear the crunch? Are you feeling the ASMR vibes? So frito lovers, I hope you guys are doing well. It is Wednesday night. It has been raining, drizzling, sleeting for the last 2 days. We're in New York City. Hurricane Debbie, I believe her name is, going past the East Coast and just drenching us in horrific cold weather. I'm talking about that it feels cold like late fall, early winter, as opposed to the oppressive heat and humidity we had last week. Everyone say it in unison, climate change. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's gross. It's soup weather, but I had some sopa for lunch. I didn't feel like having sopa soup for dinner. I just had this craving for Popeyes. It's very weird because I usually don't like the Popeyes near me. The food isn't always the greatest. It can be very hit and miss. Tonight they're hitting. The mashed potatoes is well done. Oh, let me get some of the red beans and rice. You know me, like I said, I'm Puerto Rican. I gotta have rice and beans with every meal. So let's have some red beans and rice. You want some? Akita? And it wouldn't be a Ben Ramos mukbang if I didn't spill some rice all over myself. Yay. I'm checking all the boxes. So frito lovers, things are great. Work is going good. My program ends in about a week and a half, and then I go on vacation. Going on a staycation in New York for a week and a half from Monday, August 19th to Tuesday, August 27th. Staycation in New York with plans of running around and appreciating my city. My partner David was supposed to come home from California yesterday, but unfortunately he has to stay in California because my mother-in-law, she still needs him. David and his mom and his family have to work out support for her injury, supporting her because of her injury. So, you know, he and I were talking and we came upon the conclusion it's way too early for you to come back. Try to come back in 2 weeks. Try to do whatever you can in 2 weeks. So he's scheduled to come back the 20th, which is great. That'll only be like my second day vacation. So Listen, we got to take care of our elders. It's part of our culture as Latinos. We take care of our elders in whatever fashion way we can. They have to come first. At a certain point in time in everyone's age, the taking care of family becomes paramount. Trust me, I did it for 3 years when my best friend, former roommate, Frankie, was, we have to take care of our elders and our family. So, Frito lovers, you've read the title. Why am I talking about this? Because it's actually been brought up a lot. So, in case you didn't read the title, I work with kids, but I don't have children. You guys know that I'm 27 years old. Yeah. So, why don't I have kids? I work with children all day long. I've been working with children professionally. It's been my career in youth, family, community engagement, youth and family development for over close to 30 years now. Probably technically more, because I started working with kids when I was in high school. When I was a teenager for summer youth employment jobs, working in camps and after schools. And nonprofit has been my career. One of my careers. Guys, washing everything down with some Coke Zero. This big meal does not come with a drink, and I wasn't about to pay Popeyes any more of my money. Popeyes is expensive. Just quick tangent. Popeyes is getting expensive. They're getting expensive and getting cheap because they did not want to give me an extra Mardi Gras mustard. I had to pay for both the Mardi Gras mustards. Whatever happened to free dippers? I don't know. Coke Zero. Like I've always said, about 60% of my bloodstream is made of Coke Zero. Getting off of this massive tangent and back onto the topic of today's mukbang. I work with kids, been working with kids all of my life. Love children, love being around them. I do not want them in my personal life. Yes, I made that very clear. Do not want children in any form or fashion in my personal life. Does that diminish the statement that I love children? Not at all. Some of you will say, of course it does. No, it doesn't. You have to put everything into context. I love children in a professional setting. I love children to be a part of my work world. I've dedicated a lot of my adulthood and professional time to working with young people, developing leadership, teaching, nurturing, guidance, conflict resolution, diversity training, all of that. Have done all of that with kids from 5 years old to 20 years old. All day long. Some days have been 8 hours, some days have been 9, some have been 10, some have been 12. There have been days that have been Monday through Friday, days that have been Monday through Saturday. Hell, I worked a job that was Sunday to Thursday. I've done it all. I love kids in a professional setting, not in my home life. After an 8, 9, 10-hour day, if you think I want to come home and have kids here that I have to look at, talk to, raise, deal with, pay for, you are out of your ever-bugging mind. Hell no to the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Yep. You want some arroz con habichuela? No, no, no. No kids before work starts. No kids after work starts. Definitely no children on the weekend. No, 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 no. Throughout my life, I've struggled. But I love kids. Shouldn't I want kids? Yes, I feel like I want kids. No, I don't feel like I want kids. And I feel like I've addressed this on previous mukbangs. This may not be a new topic for some of you who've been following me for years. But it kind of pops up on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, people, who reach out to me to talk to me. I'm like, you'd be, some of you very complimentary. I think you'd be a great dad. You seem fun and blah, blah, blah. I have no doubt that I would be an amazing father. No doubt. Would I make tons of mistakes? Absolutely. No such thing as the perfect parent. Would I do better than the way I was parented? Probably. I probably would increase the rate by 75%, at least. Do I want children? No. Have I wanted children? Yeah. There have been times throughout my life where I've struggled with that question, and there have been times where I'm like, yeah, definitely kids are my future. And as I've grown closer to the future, my mind kept changing. I'm one of those people that when I want something, I get it. I want to start doing mukbangs. I don't have cameras and all that pricey equipment, but I'll make it happen on my iPhone with a ring light in my living room, sitting in front of my couch. I will make the things that I want to make happen. And the fact that I haven't made that happen is because it's not a real priority for me. It's not. There's nothing wrong with that either. There's all this judgment, all of these attitudes. If you want to be a parent, go for it. If you think it's the most rewarding job in the world, go for it. If you think it's what you're supposed to do, go for it. The rest of us don't have to agree and don't have to participate. We just don't. We just don't. And this whole concept that if you don't want to have kids, there's something wrong with you, that's the way you're supposed to do things. Well, I never agreed to living my life a way that I'm supposed to. No one ever gave me a template or a manual or instructions or checklist of what my life is supposed to look like. If anything, from what I've learned, I make the checklist, I make the template, I write the manual. So, do you, baby. Mira, boo, papito, mamita, haz lo que tú quieras. Do what you want to do. If it's good for you, if you're supposed to have children, then go ahead. I have never felt the need or the obligation. And in my culture, being Puerto Rican, being Latino, it's almost sacrilegious. You're supposed to have children. It's our culture's way. It's the Christian way. It's what you're supposed to do. Now, I decide what I want to do. And luckily enough, I have actually been with partners and been in relationships with people who very much share that same thing. David and I have been together for 13 years. David does not want children. David is a little iffy about whether he likes kids or not. I think he does great with kids when he's around kids. And there have been times where I've been like, maybe he and I would be an amazing parenting couple. Maybe we would, adopt a kid and it'll be the greatest thing in the world for them to have the both of us as fathers. And then I get over that real quick. Sofrito lovers, let me just readjust because I'm sitting crisscross applesauce and the diabetic neuropathy in my feet is killing me. So readjusting my feet so I can be a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, so I don't know if I've fully addressed it, but yeah, I haven't had kids because I don't want kids. I don't want to have kids. It's not a priority for me. It's not an experience I choose to experience. I don't want to live that life. I really don't. And the more I'm truthful with myself and the more I'm in touch with my honesty, the more I try to live an authentic life. I have enjoyed the theory of possibly being a father. That part has been cool, but it hasn't really been something necessary. And that's very hard for people to hear, especially people who are parents or people who want to be parents. You know, we're supposed to, again, that's supposed to thing. Or my favorite phrase, which is, it's the right thing to do. Nah, disagree completely. All these moral, cultural, religious-based judgments. All of these rules and regulations dictated by religion or culture that I don't have to agree with. And sometimes I think it's a little homophobic, because it's very much linked to, you're supposed to have children, you're supposed to be with a woman, you're supposed to do all of these things. It's just a Western European Judeo-Christian model that doesn't work for me, so I don't feel bound to it. I feel bound to what I want to do and what feels right for me. So I've been lucky in that I have a partner. David really has told me he's never really had doubts about it. He's like, I just don't want kids. He's never thought about it, never wanted it. At least he's never told me that he has. Do I love kids? Absolutely. I love other people's kids. And the fact that I get to have fun with them in program settings and school settings, and I don't have to pay for them. I don't have to deal with their nonsense or their mood swings. I do when they're around me, but not during my personal time. When I'm on work time, yeah, I'll deal with the mood swings. I'll deal with the nasty attitudes. I'll deal with the phases. I'll deal with the growing pains. But I don't got to do that on my personal time. And I don't got to deal with it every day. And if the mood swings and attitude and all that get a little out of control, a phone call to mom or dad, come pick up your child, have him have that mood at home, is always the best solution. Listen, do I do the guidance thing and try to do the social emotional learning approach? Absolutely. But sometimes attitude is just attitude, and that's got to be dealt with outside of the confines of my job. So I love kids, other people's kids. I love kids in an after school setting. I love kids in a summer camp, summer rising, summer program setting. But I especially love my personal life with no kids. Nothing wrong with it, guys. Don't feel the pressure. Don't be told that that's what you're supposed to do. Do you. And parenting is not something I want to do. Mira, sofrito lovers, I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera. It's great to always touch base with you guys. Let me know what you think. How many of you want to be parents? How many of you feel pressured to be parents? How many of you don't want kids? Want to build a life with your partner? Childless. Sofrito lovers, go out there. Go have some culinary adventures. Go taste life for yourself. Como siempre, mucho, mucho amor.